Hey everybody, Felix Staffelbaker here. I wanted to make a video and really about just the global situation. I think that we're going into a quickening is what I kind of call it. But when you start to delve into these different things going on, we can see things like the fourth turning really start to shape out, and that really explains how everything is cyclical. If you understand crypto, you know things go in cycles. They're roughly 4-year cycles based on, the halvening. But in everything, there's cycles. In business, in finance, in politics, in geopolitics, in nations, in sun, everything, the planets, the moon, everything goes in cycles. And when you can start to understand those cycles, you can start to get a better picture and see, where we are as a society, as a people, as a human race, and just kind of more or less predict what's coming. You don't know the events that are coming, the precise things, but what you do know is that in this period of time it's going to get tumultuous, or in this period of time it's going to be prosperous. And when we look, there's centennial cycles, there are decade cycles, there are millennium cycles, there are intra-year cycles, and especially like in the fourth turning, if you read that book, it was like wrote in the 90s, I think. They talk about how there's going to be multiple cycles that all meet up in 2021 to like 2025, and we're starting to see a lot of that play out, and a lot of that start to happen. And a lot of people think that it's going to be a very tumultuous time. We've got things like the Thucydides trap, where one rising nation, global nation power, is overtaking another nation that's already been the nation of choice. So we've got a place like China about to overtake America, that is the world reserve currency. And when you have those type of transitions, there's often major conflict. We're exiting a fiat dark ages, where we were on off the gold standard and on a fiat experiment for the past 50 years. The world reserve currencies change. We're about to change that. There's there's probably like a dozen or more cycles all lining up within the next few years, and it's really going to make a quickening where more will happen in the next few years than happened, say, in the last 150 years. And a ton of people are not ready for that, not expecting that, and a lot of that has to do with the downplaying of the media and distracting people with other things that people think are important, but when you step back and look, it's just a clear distraction. The average person is not a bad person. The average person just wants to live a decent life, just wants to love their family and do a job and go home. But we're being conditioned on a higher level to basically think that there's a whole lot other things going on. Meanwhile, we've got the people at the very top who are getting extremely wealthy off of all of the things happening in the world, making major moves that are going to have impact for the rest of our lives, the rest of their lives, and they're really making the move to develop a permanent underclass of debt slaves and make sure that there's no room for upward mobility, especially in the financial sector, to where It's basically neo-feudalism with a technotronic overlay, where there is no ability to be able to move up or to make any amount of money that would make a difference for you to be what is considered rich or wealthy or anything like that. And that's just one part of this entire quickening event. And it's not just one event, but it's a period of time where all of these different events are converging at the same time, where normally they would be playing out in cycles across a lot more time. And each individual event is hard enough to handle and comes with its own set of circumstances and issues and problems and solutions. But then we see when we have these multiple, if not dozens of cycles all happening at the same time, it really creates the opportunity for fundamental change. And people just don't understand what's happening, don't understand what's going on. And when you see this type of thing, you can understand how easily we could go from the system that we're in to a completely brand new system, where the people who own the hard assets are the ones who are the new 1%, the new top class, the nouveau riche. And crypto provides that type of leverage and that type of opportunity for the average person. And I just don't see anybody really taking advantage of it. There's a handful of people who are really taking advantage in a big way. But there are so many people who are so skeptical and have been told that it's not a quality investment asset or a store of value or whatever you have. And a lot of it comes from the people who are investing the most are telling people, no, don't look at that. Meanwhile, they're just gobbling up everything. And once it's high enough in price, and once they have products able to roll out to you to nickel and dime you with fees to where they'll make billions off just the fees, then they'll tell you, oh, it's a great investment, you need to buy this. And a lot of people will. They'll just use their whatever little tiny amount of money that they're getting to invest in it, and it might go up. But it's the people who are in it now and have been in it that are going to benefit the most. And that's really the only way financially I see out of this entire quickening event that's taking place. And there's just so much going on. I wish people would pay more attention to it and understand the severity of what's going on. But I just wanted to put that out there because I don't see a lot of people really discussing the actual nature of what's going on. It's not just that, oh, crypto's this new thing and we're about to invest in it and get rich. It's that this is a culmination of, in some cases, thousands of years of cycles that are all coming together at the same time and going to provide the opportunities for this fundamental change. And it's going to be a crazy, crazy time whenever we get out on the other side of a lot of these problems that are just now starting to really come to a head. And, it takes something like a pandemic for people to start to pay a little bit of attention. But even then, there's so much stuff going on that, people still don't understand the full picture because they're so compartmentalized. So I just wanted to put that out there and let everybody know to keep stacking, and everything's about to happen in a major way. There'll be more happening in the next couple of years, few years, than happened in the last 100 years. So buckle up, get ready. Stoffel Baker out.